That's right. When you hear the sound of the bell, you know you are in the championship rounds with the one and only King Amin of Essex. But I got some great sparring. My guy always pushed me. I really don't want this guy to get out there. Sometimes your sparring partners can become more famous than you. And this is my sparring partner for sure, man. My guy, the fans corner, and he's here to talk with me today. Let him know right quick where they can find you before we get to the business of this thing.
The fans corner, you can find me on IG and Twitter and YouTube. And it's spelled DAFANSCORNER, the fans corner.
That's right. Not like them fans, the fans, like me and you and everyone else, y'all. So be sure to check him out. And I brought him on today. We ain't going to jump right to it, but he's one of the few that knows or at least understands the presence and the impact of women's boxing. So before we get into it, before we get too heavy with the women's boxing, we want to recap the heavyweight division action from this weekend. Really not just the fight between Ruiz and Ortiz, but how all of this seems to have a domino effect. So I'm not sure if you heard, they flirted out that Wilder and Ruiz is a fight that's now in play. Now you're hearing AJ and Fury is in play because Usyk doesn't. What do you think of the heavyweight landscape right now, man?
I mean, Usyk did get hurt, right?
I mean, it's the speculation. I don't know if it was, if it was. I can't imagine that he wasn't hurt. That some people do the fake hurt, but I think he was hurt. You know what I mean? But Fury trying to frame it, I think as though it's a duck move, but that could be business as well because we know Fury liked playing games. He was in wrestling. He was at the WWE joint, so we know he know how to
Right.
play them games, but. I don't know. It just seems like the division's all over the place, even though there's some very good fights, though.
No, and that's actually that's good. Actually that's a good thing. Because now we got Wilder coming back, and we always like to say losses do not define nobody.
Sure.
So you know what I mean. We open this door for these heavyweights to move around, and it become at the expense of Usyk being hurt. You know what I mean? Hate that happened because I
Yeah.
really did want to see him in Fury. That was gonna be some good heavyweight shit, man. Like some good moving around heavyweight fighting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's a good thing. Then you mixing it up with the AJ and the Wild or the AJ and the Fury. I don't have no problem with it. I think it's okay. That's the top moving around right now to Usyk get better. Then him and Fury do their thing, and I guess do the undisputed. Then we'll have that top.
Yeah, and usually when we talk about the possibilities fights, we usually just say it because we want to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, the dominoes are falling into effect, as in all Ruiz did his part, and I'm not throwing Ortiz out, but I think Ortiz, his time is up because his timing is off. I don't think he's built for the top of the heavyweight division, although
But
again, he'd still be a good name if like a Zilly Zhang Bang want to get a name, or if Daniel Dubois needs a name. So
on the
yeah,
resume, right?
you know what I'm saying? Like he's still out there, but I don't think it's fair to allow him to compete at that level anymore. That's just me. That's just me.
No, I agree. I agree. Some people are just that tough. Ortiz seemed to be one of those ones, but you don't want to keep pushing it. You understand? Like, well, you take it that one fight too far. If Andy can drop you 3 times, not saying Andy can drop somebody now. I'm not
Sure.
saying just because Andy did it, but yeah, man, 3 times in the fight. Yeah, you pop right back up. It's like it's the head, it's the dome.
Yeah.
And you in your latter years, it's not. I agree. I think he should go out. He ain't got nothing to hold his head down about. A lot of people didn't want to fight him.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? They killed a lot of his time. So yeah, hey, you just gotta, hey, hopefully he got a backup plan. You know what I mean? And not hopefully everything riding on boxing, which would make him continue taking fights. And so I wouldn't want to see him go out bad. You know what I mean? He
No.
got in there, he did all he did, got the money up and stuff for his daughter. Him and Deontay shared that thing. And yeah, man, you made a good living out of it, bro. I think
You
at that time.
you know what I think is an honorable fight for Ruiz if we had to see him fight again? Him and Dillian White. Both coming off a loss. Both coming off a loss. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, the power for each fighter's there, the riskiness, the vulnerability. They both could get clipped, you know, and then some might give Ortiz the advantage because it's like he's been down, but he ain't been out unless it was Wilder.
Okay.
What you think
You
about
know
that?
who I would not mind him saying I don't like this guy because all the stuff he done got into, but Big Baby back, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Okay,
I wouldn't mind something like that. You know what I'm saying? A
okay.
Big Baby. You know what I mean?
You
I wouldn't
know,
mind.
yeah, I like that too. I like that. I'm gonna have to steal that one. See, you got to steal from your sparring partners, man. That boy hit me with a liver shot, but he snuck it. The ref ain't see it. I need that technique. I need that.
Cause see,
Yeah, yo.
Cause White still can go on and mess with AJ and them again. AJ, did he fight AJ already, right?
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
would be up for a trilogy if they fought again. I don't want to see that personally, but no, I like that big baby.
Yeah.
That big baby, you know what I'm saying? That big baby and Ortiz is a great fight because
Mm-hmm.
also, you know, Andy Ruiz and Wilder's a great fight, and I want to see that. I
Yeah.
just feel like if we get that fight, I don't know, and it should because it's the common opponent with AJ. I'm hoping that the Ruiz fight will build a bridge because I wouldn't also mind seeing AJ and Wilder. A lot of people like the Fury and AJ because that's the British thing, and I like the Usyk and Fury better, therefore leaving room for AJ and Wilder because I
Wow.
feel like win or lose, it's like both of them could say no matter whether they're coming off a win or loss, this is one guy we had, you know, crosswords or we're contemporaries. And I want to see almost like rappers. I want to get on a song with this cat and see if I could, you know, outbar him. Let's see if I can hang, you know?
Right on, right on. Yeah, that Wild and AJ fight is not old, it's not stale. That's something I would still love to see. I want to see Wild at this after this fight with Herkovich, right? Herkovich.
What's his name? Hellenius.
Hellenius, right. I want to see him after this. Then I can really, see. I do. If Wilder feel good about coming back, man, I'm glad the cat want to come back. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather you come back on your own continents than, like I said, you have to fight. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? So yeah.
So speaking of, you know, this kind of dynamic, because when we talk about Wilder and Joshua, there's always the continental divide, you know, the oceanic divide. It's international. It's the Brits versus the United States, and even that theme is gonna play out heavy this weekend. So let's get into me and your bag and talk about this women's boxing, a
Mm,
fight that has not gone stale since the very thought of it, since going back to the amateurs. We talking 10 years ago.
right.
Claressa Shields versus Savannah Marshall. This weekend we get this fight on Saturday, right? Let's talk the main event because even the co-main is crazy. But right now we can get a little bit closer to it. We don't have to make our picks, but tell me what you think about the build up to this fight and also, you know, just the energy behind it.
Oh man, build up, man. Look, Clarissa talk jump. I like when Clarissa, in boxing, talking and shit ain't never been bad, bro. You know what I'm saying? It always excite the fans, and I'm pretty sure it excite the fighter itself. And she can yap with the best of them. And it's nice to see Savannah just being, kind of cool, calm about it, just like whatever, folk. I see you in the ring, then we can see what's really happening. But I like it. It's entertaining, even for, and I ain't saying just for women. It's entertaining, period, bro. It will
Absolutely.
make you wanna see this fight the way they going at it, and then plus you can, and I know Clarissa say it don't bother her, but you want to get that win back. Even though it was the amateurs, and I don't count amateurs in the pros. I'm not one of them ones that, they beat you in the amateurs. Like, yeah, it was fucking amateurs. Come on,
Sure.
bro. People evolve from the amateurs. It's like going from high school to college. You understand? You're gonna evolve. So, yeah, great matchup, man. I'm ready for it. I like the energy. I like the shit talking. I like the stare down. I like the both want to just get at it.
Yo, and you mentioned a great point about the shit talking because what they use as it just ain't regular defamatory trying to it's like, no, you're mad because your career could never amount to mine, and you're holding on to this win from 10 years ago. And the other
Right.
side is like, yo, you could never move on because in the back of your mind you've been avoiding thinking about not only losing to me 10 years ago, you've also been trying to avoid fighting me for the last 10 years. So this is like legitimate, like, nah, we have to see this play out. And the intrigue is so serious. I've been moving around. I got my son right up underneath me, man. He's only 5, but as he watched Claressa Shields, he look up and he like, Dad, she can fight.
Oh yeah.
He wants to see it. A 5-year-old wants to see how she, handles herself, because he see the mitt work with John David Jackson, and salute to John David Jackson for the work he's done with Claressa Shield. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
He
Yes,
dropped
sir.
that Kovalev thing and picked up that, you know what I mean, that sisterhood. It's taken him a long way.
Yeah,
And so
man.
when it comes to this fight, as far as the competitors, right?
Yeah.
Savannah Marshall is coming in there with Peter Fury as her trainer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, man, I really have seen Claressa put on that muscle mask. I mean, I know her fiance is enjoying it, respectfully. It's different, man. It's different. It's a different. Even me talking about it, like
Yeah.
that's the energy it's giving me, man.
But you know what though? It brings you back to that Christina Hammer. You know, it's that type of dislike in a sense. You know what I'm saying? And that's when, like, some people perform great when they mad, and some people don't.
Yeah.
But Claressa, one of the ones that show up, man. Even if she mad, she like doesn't let it get to her. Even though her actions may seem like it, you know what I'm saying? Like we
Sure.
can tell that the wind does bother you a little bit. I don't care what you say.
No, you're
That's
right.
how I feel. You know what I'm saying? So you want to get that. You want to get that back. So she's going to put on the great. And for Savannah though, man, as I was just looking back over her fights, man, just watching her, the girl can slug. She got that stance. You know what I'm saying? I think Claressa best chance with her though is to press her.
Yeah.
And I think she'll have a good time with that. You know what I
She
mean? Like,
she can't give Marshall no room. You know what I'm saying? She got to press her and get in between. And I think that she has the ability to do that. And I think she's dying to show us that. She's dying to say, oh, y'all don't think that I'm willing to stand in there and roll a few and trade a few, and I might get out of there, but I'm gonna get right back to it because I'm gonna cut them angles off. She's not gonna be able to steer me. You know what I'm saying?
I was just about to say that. And that's something else. Savannah got them angles. Yeah, man. She
Yeah.
get in there and she can like a Lomachenko in a sense. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like she gets around. So man, the fight gonna be good, bro. That's just gonna be one you gonna have to sit your ass down and watch.
And let me
Watch it.
ask you, when this one's over, what do you think the climate, the temperature between these two women are when it's over? Do you think it's congratulatory and they can put it to bed, or do you think it's still gonna be a little tense, a la Fury and Wilder?
I don't know, cause Claressa she hot, she be high on her emotion at the time. She might do a nah fuck her type thing, or she might just be like, it's all good, you know what I'm saying? Yada yada yada. I knew I was gonna get my one back. You know what I'm saying? Cause you know
Sure,
how she
sure.
is. So it could go either way, man. You know,
And
Claressa, it just depends. Like, but again, oh, you know what? I take it back. I know how this is gonna go because the old girl is not a shit talker. It'll be Denver if Shada was a shit talker. Claressa will be cool about it. She'll dap up at the end, go over to the corner, talk to the other team. You know, the respectful route. She'll do that because I really think Claressa plan on putting on a boxing show, man.
and Claressa knows this is a big opportunity, and I don't want to use my little fancy words, but to ingratiate herself, to make
Mm-hmm.
herself enjoyable without having to play the villain. Because it's
Yeah.
easy to play the villain, I beat your guy, but it's a little classy to say, yes, listen, respectfully, I came here. I love it over here. Sandy Ryan's good people's with me. I love y'all. And Marshall's a great fighter, but I told y'all I was the GWOAT, and that's no disrespect to nobody. I just
What?
told y'all I was the GWOAT.
And
And,
showed it again.
and show it again. And so she do that, it don't matter what happens after that. You know what I'm
Mm-mm.
saying? But yo, Marshall is not, I guess it's kind of like she don't have nothing to lose because she's like, yo, I know what I did back then and I've only gotten better. So you think you can beat me? And I just don't believe it. So this is gonna be one of them things we're gonna have to see how it shakes out, man. And I might even try to do a live fight chat if I could work out the technology, man. And I'm gonna have to get you in on there if you ain't on the road, man.
Okay, okay.
But speaking of which, on the road, we got two fighters because Shields and Marshall. One fighter may have the advantage, Marshall being the UK compatriot, but we have Michaela Mayer and Alycia Baumgardner being on the road. They're on the co-main event undercard, and this fight has almost more animosity than the main event. We talked about it off air, the recent handshake. I mean, Alycia Baumgardner got the shirt with Michaela Mayer, not just as the poodle saying good bitch, but if you know anything about fighting and you tell somebody you going to dog walk them.
Translate.
Those things are very incendiary. And Michaela Mayer also levied a shot because I've been watching all of this. This is just my wheelhouse. Michaela Mayer says, I know Alycia Baumgardner had experienced a life-changing check when she fought Terry Harper, and she should thank me because I know what that was like. I made that opportunity for her, but she has to act accordingly, because if you don't act accordingly now, then when that opportunity comes again, you're not gonna know how to handle yourself. So they just sniping the shit at each other, and then we haven't even talked about comparatively the skills.
Oh man. Now this one really gonna be like, women cut each other different with their tongue than how we do. We just straight fuck you, slap you, talk that dumb shit. Women just cut different when they talk shit to each other. It's more like literally like a cat fight, little claws out and shit, scratching each other.
Nah, for sure.
Man, I was watching Alycia Baumgardner her last fight. She should not come out like she did in that. I don't know. It was something about that last fight. She just wasn't in it. Like it was like I don't know, a glaze or something. She was just not in that fight. So I hope that she's not on that coming into this fight, because this girl here for coming to rock, man. Like she got rocks in her hands.
Yeah.
You understand me? The way she hit. I'm talking about both hands.
Yeah.
So yeah, she what's her name? Michaela Mayer. Yeah, she don't mind showing, and that girl can hit, man. I was just watching her shit back and stuff, like, yeah, Baumgardner nice, but if she come a half-assing like on that last fight, cause this opponent ain't that opponent, you know what I mean? And she ain't finna, it ain't gonna be good. So I hope Alycia Baumgardner did all she can do, and I hope that grudge match fueling her. Because ain't that like a good grudge match? That's like the best type of boxing match, when two people just generally just dislike each other. Love it.
And the worst thing, and you mentioned it earlier, if you too mad or you too aggressive, I could see Baumgardner following Mayer around, trying to land a punch, and Mayer just dancing on it and then hurting her. Not rocking her enough, but just hurting enough to keep her honest. And if you chasing, you give away that athleticism. So if Baumgardner is going to try to trade with a Mayer, she's going to have to lead off the jab, and she's going to have to get quicker to the step, try to counters even, because Mayer's just going to be working off the jab, 1-2 uppies, move, and just clinical.
Yes, sir.
And Baumgardner cannot think that she can just use her lateral movement and chase with the one big whopper. She's got to jab. And one thing I've seen, and one thing about Instagram is advertisement, but it ain't what's actually happening. But if Tony Harrison and them in Detroit has been preparing her properly, which I don't have any doubt that they have, she's going to be coming in off the jab, and she's going to be patient enough to try to fight like the counter puncher. She cannot abandon that strategy, because she has the potential to hurt Mayer with one punch more so than Mayer does her. But what happens is, if she go looking for that punch instead of setting it up, it'll never happen. Mayer can not only set it up, she can do something different. So it's going to be a clash of dimensions, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Baumgardner hasn't had the opportunity to show her multi-dimensions. So this is almost like, you don't want to give her the Wilder treatment to say it's her athleticism that's carried her. Come
I
on.
was gonna say this. I was gonna say it was athleticism on Baumgardner's side versus consistency of Michaela Mel.
Yeah.
Yep. Athleticism versus consistency. Because Michaela gonna do that for 10. You know what I'm saying? She gonna give you jabs. She gonna give you 1-2s. She
All
gonna
night.
give them to you. And then she gonna, and her right hook and her left hook. Right and left hook. Don't get, like you said, they're falling in. Do that rolly the tank. Don't do that rolly tank. Because Tank, like Tank said, he didn't even throw that punch that hard. But Rolly with the whole coming in, it blend well. So, hey, Baumgardner gonna have to that, but she got good athleticism. So if she's smart and just do her, keep that pace going. If you can, try to have Michaela going back more than her coming forward. You know what I mean?
And look,
it's
Mayer
gonna be a
though
good shit,
too.
man.
Mayer is a little bit more adept at working out of the clinch. So when Baumgardner might be trying to flash that athleticism, if Baumgardner coming off a jab and then just clinch, and then on a break, make Baumgardner have to reset. You know what I'm saying? Now Baumgardner's gonna have to be quick on that break if she can get there.
Release, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But again, a fight we have to see because we see it playing out in our mind and we moving them like chess pieces. But ultimately, these ladies gotta be. And remember, the queen on that chessboard has all the moves. So these ladies gonna have to show us, man.
And they will.
They
will, bro. They like this. Like it's really gonna be an exciting card, bro. Like especially them last two, but it's gonna be good stuff, man.
So let's is
it all women's card?
Yeah, it's an all women's card. I want to move through it. So let's talk a little bit about a friend of not mine or yours. I wish I'd known her, right? But actually, and I'm not gonna shame her, but I'm gonna publicly suggest that one Brandy Morales, what's her last name? Langley, a friend of mine on social media. She was actually in the ring with Jenny Fuchs, and I wanted to have her on the show to talk about this. But Jenny Fuchs, who's a friend of Michaela Mayer's, you see, we all friendly about this shit. You know, that's a road dog. So Jenny Fuchs, actually fought this young lady, Brandy Morales, on the top rank card. When I think it was the one when Michaela fought Muhammadouche, I think. But
hey, that was a good one.
Good one, right? So
Muhammadouche.
So Fuchs is, coming up under Mayer, so she's got some good seasoning. She was on the Olympic team or the nationals team, I believe. And who's she in there against? She's up in, I don't know who she's up in. No, she's up in there against Gemma Rugg, UK veteran.
Okay.
UK veteran. She's on the level of a Beck Connolly, who I also think is on this card. So this is a veteran fight. This is somebody that, quite frankly, if Fuchs can't handle Gemma Rugg, she needs to go back to the drawing board.
Fuchs nice. Hey, Fuchs she's very technical, but ain't that like a good technical fighter who she can hit you and almost like money, not even move that far back, just enough for you to miss.
Sure.
And come back and catch, man. She got that down pat. I like that about her.
You know who fight like that?
Who?
And let me tell you something. She's a skinny. I'm just far apart. She's a skinny little Australian girl. Look like a surfer or a volleyball player, right? But this girl fight like a white Roy Jones. I'm talking about Sky Nicholson. She's not on this card.
No.
But Sky Nicholson, when you finish,
I heard of that name. I heard of her.
Bruh. Southpaw. She fight like white Roy Jones, and she a girl, bro, a woman.
Oh, definitely got to see that.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I don't give a come test me now. You think I'm bullshitting? Drop it in the comments, because I'm telling you, this girl is it. This girl is it.
I'm checking her out right soon when we get off here.
Sky Nicholson, bro. Trust.
I heard that name though.
Me.
I know that name.
Yeah, thank me later, Drakey.
Right on. No, but women give you good fights too, bro. They kind of like how the lower division is in men.
Yeah.
Action packed, man. They keep throwing. Like no matter tide, I'm steady throwing, half line, steady throwing, man. I love to watch women fight, man. That's why I don't even refer to women boxing. You know what I mean? I just say it's a good ass fight, man. You know what I'm saying? It's
No,
just two
absolutely.
motherfuckers in there scrapping.
That's a good point, man. And I think, the marketing, as far as marketing it to women,
Mm.
because I think that's the only reason why they'll still refer it. Because think about it like this. If you just say boxing, women may say, man, I ain't watching that. But if you say women's boxing, they may say, well, wait a minute. There are
Yeah,
actually women at boxing. And then respectfully, you turn on this card, you have, I just being real, I'm married, but I'm a man. You got
yeah,
attractive women on this card.
yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? You even got the other white ebony, not Ebony Bridges, but Ebony Jones. They
Gone.
got all the white ebonies in UK. You know what I'm saying? Now, but these are the things that will make the average woman, or the casual fan, even the casual male fan, that'll turn around and
Right.
say, "Oh shit, I want to see what this looks like. I want to see how competitive a woman's boxing match at the highest level could be." And
Could
when they
be.
turn in to see this card, they even got Caroline Dubois. Like, we was doing it Ray J's Brandy's brother. Like, nah, Caroline, you Daniel's sister.
Ah.
You know what I
And I was
mean?
wondering that. I was wondering that. I said, but I ain't wanna, be cliche and be like, yeah, they brothers, but oh, they are kinfolk.
Yeah. That's
Good
his little
stuff.
sister, his baby sister. They keeping it in the famola, right?
Well, you can kind of see it in the fighting because she nice.
Yeah.
Lefty, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Like her.
So let me just ask you overall too.
Mm.
This card, do you see any fight, or do you see any upsets, or do you just have an expectation that this is gonna further cement women's boxing into the larger umbrella of boxing? How do you see this one playing out?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. The last two could go either way, bro. I
Yeah.
ain't even gonna flex. Like them two both can be toss ups. I pretty much think Foots. But that's her name.
Jenny, yeah,
Foots.
Jenny Fuchs.
Fuchs. I think Fuchs gonna do her thing. Ebony. Hey, if you haven't even watched female fighting before, just take a chance and watch Ebony Jones. You gonna be like, what the fuck? You want to tell there's a woman in there, man. Not that you can tell the others, you know what I'm saying? But
Sure, sure.
yeah, watch Ebony Jones and get a chance. Now I think everything else should flow the way it should, you know what I mean? But the last two is a must watch. The last two are must watch.
And I asked that because I'm thinking this could be real sweet. And I'm not hoping for any upsets. I'm hoping for the best fighter to make history, to make her story. But I also know the business of boxing. If there's a decision that we don't like, at least it sets up the opportunity for the rematch. Maybe we bring this type of venue stateside. Go ahead. I know you got something for me.
That's gonna be the thing. Claressa and Baumgardner, being that they over there, you can't get that chance. So I mean, not to say that just because it's across the water that it's gonna go, but when you're
We're
not
being
home,
honest.
make it definite.
Sure.
Devin Haney. Let's just say it like that.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Well, what we definitely going to do is we're going to make sure we definitely tune into this women's boxing. We definitely going to make sure we check out the Fans Corner on IG. And yo, trust me, I find a lot of, especially the women's boxing, my bro got this. He got everything, but he got that too, because like I said, he considers it all boxing. So when we be,
How about
looking at certain things, and I'll send him something, he send me something, we be all over. So please check out the Fans Corner on IG. It's your man, King Amin of Essex, right here. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what I need y'all to do. Check me out on IG as well. We in them championship rounds. Salute, my brother.
all right? Appreciate you once again.
No doubt.